Should we clap to line up the audio?
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We might as well. Okay. We should do separate ones. So you do yours first, then I'll do mine.
They were
Do a clap,
separate.
and then I'll do a clap. Okay, and then I'll do a clap.
Yes, in 5.
Also, wait. Okay, you froze. So I don't. You froze. I didn't want to start with you like.
Am I frozen now?
You're a bit glitchy, but you know what? It's fine. We can do it. You're just sitting really still, Justin. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to On Cloud 9, a Cloud Theatrics podcast. Justin looks like he's ready to kill me. Oh no, he's dancing. That's fine.
I'm dancing to the music.
Oh hell yeah, it's the music.
The intro song, our wonderful intro song.
It is Sunday night. We are here recording our podcast. Yes, it's Sunday night.
I had to think about that.
And we're here recording another episode for you, jam-packed, full of really fun stuff. I'm really excited.
Yes. You know what? Oh wait, I lost my paper. But you know what? You know what we can talk about now?
What?
We're on 7 different platforms. Well, 7+ platforms.
We're on a whole bunch of different platforms. We are now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other ones as well.
Mark just totally stole my bit, and I'm not okay with that. But whatever. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Casts, and Radio Public, as well as the usual YouTube audio. I don't think SoundCloud anymore.
No, we are no longer on SoundCloud.
We are no longer on SoundCloud. And then the video on our Patreon. So subscribe.
Subscribe to the Patreon because we're sat here filming ourselves and it's just a waste of storage if no one's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
See, you wouldn't be able to see Justin pulling a heart at you.
Yeah.
Look at that heart.
I'm giving you guys the biggest hearts.
What a lovely heart.
Biggest hearts in the world.
Such a massive heart. Hey Justin, have you noticed anything different about me today?
No.
No, not even sort of up here.
No. Nothing.
No,
exactly the same.
You haven't noticed anything different?
Mark, I know you got a haircut.
No, I got my nose trimmed.
What does that even mean?
Today we have got the wonderful
Mark,
Devon.
your haircut does look good.
Thanks, Justin. We've got the wonderful Devon Hayakawa, who is an actor. They are a dramaturg, and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff for the company, and I can't wait to get them on and talk to them.
Oh yeah.
They're really cool.
Let's switch to our conversation.
Yeah. Oh, I think they're
No.
I think I can see them. And today we have Devon Hayakawa. Hi, Dev.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hell yeah.
So we're just gonna ask you a few questions, just get to know you a little bit
Sure.
better, and so our listeners can get to know you better as well. So first of all, how'd you find the company?
Oh, that's a good question. I definitely was part of that open call crew kind of last fall. I think I had seen some friends on TikTok post about it, but fun fact, before the pandemic, Anna and I had actually been in the same room before. It's a very small world. She had seen me in a show last March, and then when I submitted, she was like, "Wait a minute, I know who you are."
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it was pretty wild. But yeah, I was part of that open call group.
Wait, hang on. Okay. So Anna saw a show you were in.
Mm-hmm. In March of 2020.
March of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That was right before the pandemic.
Yeah, it was the show closed, and a week or two later, it was full pandemic.
That's
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
But she saw that show, and you two didn't know each other.
Nope, not a clue.
And then you happened to find this company.
Yep.
That's insane. Wow. Talk about it. That is a small world.
That really is a small world kind of
Truly.
thing.
Truly.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What show was it?
It was called Baked, the musical. It was a new musical. Yeah, it was fun. It was about a girl trying to get into trying to afford her tuition for Harvard. And she did so by selling Chinese pastries as edibles, which is where it's a double entendre of the title of Baked. But it was a
That's
really fun
actually
show. Yeah.
That's
It was
actually really funny.
cool.
Yeah, it was a great show, and it was an all Asian cast, so it was
That's
dope
cool.
as
Oh,
heck.
that's
Yeah,
Oh, I love that.
awesome. I do
Yeah.
love that. That's really cool.
yeah.
And so you came in through open calls, you said.
Mhm.
Then you were kind of just like, I'm gonna jump right into things and do Lady Windermere's fan. How was
Yeah,
that?
that was like the first thing, like shortly after I got the email about being in, they were like, also call back for Lady Windermere's fan. I was like, sure. No, it was a blast. I played a Duchess of Berwick, who is m most notably like the most heinous gossip in the whole town. But it was a blast. It was really fun to just play around and kind of get to know people through that process as well.
I feel like having watched Lady Windermere's fan, you seem to have the most monologues.
Oh, it was a lot of, it was a lot. The Duchess really likes to hear herself talk. Um, and that was just very true throughout, but it was really fun. It was so silly, but it was a blast.
I love that.
It
Yeah,
was a great show. I really enjoyed it.
it was fun. And the editing turned out awesome. I didn't know what the standing videos were for. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, for the
Yes, like there we
background.
are. Yeah, for the background.
Yeah.
I was like, there we are in the back. Heck yeah.
That was possibly the most difficult thing to edit.
I can only imagine. My editing skills are so low. So like props to everyone on that team. Primarily, I think you.
Me and Ethan. Ethan took
You and
most of it.
Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm super excited for now, Dev, we're in the red line together.
Heck yes. We are.
Which
We
is
are in the
also
red
going to
zone.
be a really cool editing thing, which is I'm super excited for.
Yeah, that's been a really fun process so far. I have so much fun in every rehearsal. Especially, I know the rehearsal that you and I are in together. I don't know if you have
Oh,
quite as much fun, but the rest of us are having a blast.
I
it all fits. It all fits.
Yeah,
we've
totally.
we've done a fair, we've done a good couple shows now as a company. We haven't not done a single show in which the entire cast has been this excited about it.
Yeah, that's
We've
super fair.
also never done an original show.
I think that's
This is true.
part
Yeah.
of it. That's part of it for sure. People get so passionate about stuff that feels like it's theirs,
Yeah.
and that it's like
Mhm.
new. So I totally get that. I love
Yeah,
that work.
because you guys are like making the characters your own for the first time. Like you
Yeah.
can't base it off anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's like completely
totally.
original, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's also stressful, but
Yeah.
No, totally. And Kenzie gives us such fun, like little projects. Like she's having us make, Kenzie's directing, and she's having us like make collages and playlists, which is very much my jam. So like, it's so fun to just get creative and really like break down all this new funky stuff.
yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your character?
Sure. Yeah. So I am one of the few people in Redline who plays one character. There's a lot of people who play multiple parts, but I play Ash. Ash is non-binary and musically inclined, and in a relationship with another character named April. And it's just they're an absolute blast to play. Like there's just so much joy and like musicality within all the stuff that I get to do. And then in one scene, it's just like so much fun and like slumber party vibes. And just overall, it's nice playing a character who brings so much joy into a piece where like there are other moments of joy, but I would say there are also a lot of moments of like tension and stress and grief and whatnot. But Ash is just vibing, and I'm happy to be there for that.
Happy to vibe.
Yeah, happy to vibe.
I think there's such good balance of emotions in this show,
Yeah, totally.
and I think people are really gonna enjoy it.
I think so too.
So looking forward to seeing the final product.
I think
Yeah,
like with that show, the high moments are really high, and then the low moments are really low as well. But like
right.
they're
And like
merged really flawlessly.
yeah, and that's
Which
like
is
what
cool.
makes them. It's like you can't have great like joy without great pain, and you can't have great pain without great joy. Otherwise, it's like too much. So like the balance is just beautiful. Jules has done such a great job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, another thing that I find just so cool about the whole process is that the show is essentially based on real people.
Mhm.
And the main character, quote unquote main character, because like I feel like everyone's a bit of a main character in this show because how it
Totally.
works. But the main character is Jules, based on Jules, the writer of the show, who's
Right.
being played by Jules, the
By
writer of the
Jules.
show, which
Yeah.
is just gonna make it that much better.
Yeah, it's gonna make it so special. And I love like some of my favorite other shows that I've done have been like documentary theater based or like devised kind of like this. And it's so special just to like I'm sure it's so special for Jules specifically to like get to like work on this with other people while also portraying something that's so true, just like to her. So it's really exciting. I can't wait for people to see it. I'm pumped.
I've never seen or done anything like it before. So I mean,
No, me neither. It's very
With my-
authentic.
lengthy experience.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
your lengthy 2-show experience.
No, totally, no, totally. It's such like I love like new work and devised stuff. There's one of my favorite shows I did in college. It was called Twilight Los Angeles 1992, and it was about like the 1992 riots in Los Angeles. Um, and originally, the woman who like wrote it and conceived it, Anna Devere Smith, she conducted interviews with like a slew of people in Los Angeles like on this subject, and then she portrayed each of them verbatim. So like it's basically a ton of monologues, and it's very poetic, similar to like what Jules has done, but it's based on like real people who existed. And then it's like there'll be in the script moments where it's like 16-second pause, or like they hit the table or something, and it's just based verbatim on like what happened in those interviews, which I find so fascinating. So
Wow.
That's
I really
cool.
jive with this bit with Redline. It's very up my alley.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really cool. You're also working on Lightning Thief, aren't you?
Yes, I am working on Lightning Thief kind of like on the side. I'm not like at the center of that project, but I'm working as the dramaturg for Lightning Thief.
Awesome.
What does being the dramaturg for the Lightning Thief entail?
Yeah.
Right.
So dramaturgy means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I feel like there's no one good solid definition, but like the definition that I like to use is dramaturgy is an exploration and understanding of the world of the play, and then also the play itself and how it engages with the world that we live in. So it's like an exploration of like the world that's created within Percy Jackson and the Olympians per se, and then like how that interacts with what we know and like pop culture and media and all that stuff. So for Lightning Thief, I love to start like my dramaturgy projects by making a website that's super accessible and full of like resources for the people in the show, just helping people find answers to the questions that they're wondering about the world of the play and the play itself.
Hell yeah.
I think it's really cool. I have been able to get a sneak peek of the website, and I think
Yeah.
it's really cool looking.
It's a good
Yay.
website. I really like it.
Heck yeah,
I've grew up with Lightning Thief, and
totally.
seeing what you did with that website, it's beautiful.
It
It's
was.
really good.
I also like definitely volunteered to dramaturg this for like completely selfish reasons, because like I I am older than you two, but I remember when Last Olympian came out, and like the day before, my friends and I all sat at recess and talked about what we thought was going to happen in The Last Olympian. And we made like our predictions. And then the next day, we were all so mad at this boy because his mom brought him the book at lunch from Borders before any of us could get it after school. And so this one boy was ahead of us in reading it. And so like when I was going through making this website, I was like, I missed these books. These were good books when I was a kid. These are solid.
I started reading them, and I'm 5 chapters into the first book, and
Incredible.
you know what? It's going fine. I'm enjoying it. It's good stuff. I'm just slow.
All good. All good.
Who's your godly parents? Both of you. I want to know.
Ooh, this is tough. I say on the website that I'm a daughter of Athena, which kind of I feel like is like the dramaturg's purpose, but I'm either I think a daughter of Athena or Apollo. It goes back and forth.
I am
would say.
110% a Hermes kid.
That tracks.
I think I got Apollo, but I don't remember.
I could see Apollo for you. Yeah, that absolutely
really
tracks.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
Yeah.
When I was a
love those
kid, I thought
books.
I was, yeah. Oh, no, go ahead. All good.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I ordered this set when we announced that we were doing this show, and I was like, might as well reread them, especially
I
since I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, no, totally. I asked my sister back home in California to send me my copies that were sitting like on my childhood desk. So I got them. I'm like, and they have like the original like old covers with like him in like the ocean, and they're all so pretty.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool.
So I'm curious. So obviously, you talked about how you were already doing theatre quite a lot before the company, but like, what initially got you into like doing theatre and this kind of stuff?
Ooh, yeah, I've been doing theater since I was like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of those kids. No, yeah, so I did, I think my first show when I was 9, and it was Oliver, like Oliver Twist. And then after that, I just kept doing shows forever and ever. And then my younger siblings both started doing shows too. And so it was kind of like a whole family endeavor. And then I ended up auditioning for musical theater programs for college, and I went to Ball State in Indiana. Trip, trip. And then I graduated from there in 2019, and now I'm here in Chicago. And my siblings are both in musical theater programs, one at Ball State
Okay.
and one at Ithaca. So
So big theatre company.
totally, yeah,
Family, even.
company, family, yeah,
Same thing. Family, company.
exactly. At this point, we could probably start our own company.
That's really cool though.
Yeah,
So it's your 8. Wow. I
it's
wish
been a
I
long
was doing
time.
this since I was 8.
When I was 8, I don't even remember what I was doing when I was 8, but it wasn't much. Um,
Probably picking my nose somewhere.
Picking my
That's
nose, yeah.
probably what I was doing.
Yeah, me too, Justin, me too.
Totally get that. No, yeah. And it's like once I found it, then it's like my siblings were like, "Oh, that seems cool." And then it just never stopped. And my parents like love like watching theater. Like my mom used to go see shows with her mom growing up, and so it was like super nice. And there was always like a great theater scene sort of around where we lived in California. And so just it's catchy. You catch the theater bug and that's it.
Catch the theatre bug.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a pretty big like theater world in Chicago, isn't there?
Heck yes. Yeah. Chicago is definitely like I'd say it's the four like American hubs at least. Sorry, Mark, is New York, Chicago, LA, and Atlanta are probably like the biggest four, with several other cities very close behind. Um, I would say I love New York City, but I vibe far more with Chicago. There's like a lot of new work and devised pieces, kind of like we talked about earlier, and a lot of like plays and just stuff that's like in development and isn't quite under like it feels less commercial in a lot of ways. Not that New York doesn't have non-commercial theater, but that's something I really enjoy about Chicago is like when the theater is up and going, a lot of it's super small, very black box and storefront theater, which I enjoy.
I love that.
That's really cool.
Thank
So, what's your favorite production that you've been a part of?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna have to go. Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna have to go. It's one of the two that I've already mentioned, which should be a surprise to no one. It's either Baked or Twilight Los Angeles 1992. They both are just like hold such lovely spaces in my heart. I love stuff that feels like new work, which is Twilight, even though it's like a published play, and then like getting to like work as a brand new character in Baked and like having the active changes come along and like working with people who are also new to the show and the composers like there in the room. It's super fun and like makes it really special. And we've had like a lot of readings over Zoom since the production, which has been nice because it's usually been the same people too. So it's like the longest I've been in a show technically.
That's cool.
That is really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So taking a step back away from theater, what do you like to do outside of all of this?
Yeah, that's honestly, as someone who's been doing theater since I was 9, it's good that I have hobbies because if this were it, whew, it'd be a lot. No, yeah. Since the pandemic struck, I've got really into taking care of plants. I was not a big plant person before, but now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I have 8
Wow.
plants right now, and they're all alive and well, which is a shock to me as a new plant person. And then, yeah, I actually, in terms of other things, I've been really big on Dungeons and Dragons lately. I actually played a campaign before a meeting earlier today, so like it's been good stuff. It's been good to kind of do nice escapism, whatnot, when there's free time.
I love that.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I do love that.
Looking after
Yeah,
8 plants sounds intense. I can't even look after myself. Like,
They're just so pretty, and I wish it were less cloudy out. I am such a summer baby. Like when the sun is shining, my favorite color is like the green when the sun is hitting the trees just right. Like that's like my favorite thing, and all the trees are starting to get green now. It's like that time of year.
I love that.
And so like I've just surrounded myself with plants, and I'm like, yes, green is a good color. I will give you a name, and I will take care of you. So all my plants have names, and they're just chilling.
Can you recite their names?
Yes, I have. Okay, I have Angel, Ollie, Eduardo, Theo. I've got a new one that I got recently that I still haven't settled on name. It might be Betty though. And then I've got a spider plant named Peter Parker because it's a spider plant.
That's incredible.
I love that.
And then I've got 2 plants that are kind of similar named Edmund and Lucy. So, and they're sitting right next to each other.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I could take care of plants.
It's fun. Start with succulents, I think, if you want to start with something that's less hard to kill. Just
Is that because you don't have to do anything? They just sit and vibe.
they just kind of sit and vibe, yeah, and then every once in a while you just kind of got to check up on them.
I want a cactus.
Cacti are so I don't have any cacti, but I think that's mainly because I have a cat named Mr.
Ooh.
Tumnus, and he is prone to. I don't want him to get poked. That seems likely for him.
I love that.
I love cats. It's a nice.
Yeah.
What was your cat's name again?
Mr. Tumnus.
Love that.
Like what was it? Narnia?
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
guess.
like
There you
from
go.
Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia.
Yeah, I did not name him. He was one of my roommates from college. It was his cat, and then he couldn't take the cat where he was moving, so he's now our cat. And by our cat, I mean my roommate's cat. That's her baby.
Nice. Do you have any more questions, Justin?
I don't.
Wow, I think we did a great job today.
Wow, just
Yeah.
getting right in there. No,
Deb,
yeah.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Sure, yeah. So, speaking of podcasts, I am actually currently on another podcast called Braving the Bard, and they do podcast style Shakespeare plays. And now the second part of Julius Caesar just dropped. So myself and Annabelle Klein actually were both in Julius Caesar, and I was playing Brutus, which is really exciting. It's an all not cis male cast of Julius Caesar via
That's cool.
podcast. Yeah, so you can check it out on their website, which I think is just it's either bravingthebard.org or .com. I'm checking .com, bravingthebard.com.
Cool. We'll flash that on screen.
For audio
they've got a
listeners, there was a large, long look of shock on my face, and that's awesome. I will 100% be checking that out later.
No, yeah, and that's
yeah.
why, like, for writing team, that's like why I was like, get me in on that Julius Caesar team.
Yeah,
I just came
Absolutely.
That.
Yeah.
That's really
yeah.
cool. Wow. Anything else you want to plug before we say goodbye?
Just check out Lightning Thief and The Red Line when those drop. Those are my 2 big cloud things right now.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah. Heck
Brilliant.
yeah.
Well, it was so great to have you on.
Yeah.
Take care, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Bye.
Yes, bye.
That was so wonderful talking to Dev. They're really great.
Dev's awesome. Dev's awesome. And super talented as well. If you haven't seen them and you're a fan, go check it out because there's some hefty monologue bits in there that I definitely couldn't memorize.
Honestly, just in general, go watch Lady Windermere's Fan again. It's amazing. It deserves all the recognition.
Mm-hmm. It ended 2020 with a really really good note, and I'm excited to see how we are gonna match that standard from here on in.
Exceed. Gonna break through that
Exceed.
standard. We're just gonna keep getting better. Everything we do is gonna keep
Better
getting
and
better,
better
better,
and
better,
better
better,
and
better.
better, better, better. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Like we talked about with Dev, we have Lightning Thief coming up, which is gonna be really cool.
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
sure
be
the
awesome.
cast is gonna be phenomenal.
Definitely.
Redline, the cast is there.
We
We're
all
in
know
rehearsals.
Redline's gonna be incredible.
From firsthand perspective, I can promise it's gonna
gonna be awesome.
be great. It's gonna be great.
Jules is an
And then-
amazing writer. The cast are amazing. Kenzie's phenomenal.
Our director of writing is one of the most amazing people I've met in my entire life.
No, I think he's the weak link, honestly.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah, love you too, Justin. Love you too.
But not only those two shows, but we also are just finishing up auditions for our Miscast Cabaret, which I frankly love the idea for it. Like,
I think I have a little obsession with Jeremy Jordan's She Used to Be Mine. So like I'm excited for us to do our own thing in regards to that.
yeah, it's really, I just like as an actor slash singer slash performer person, something like a miscast, because I auditioned for it clearly, obviously, gives me more of the opportunity to do obviously roles that I traditionally wouldn't play. Because there's some really good musical theater songs that aren't typically for someone like me.
Mhm.
And things like Miscast Cabaret gives me the opportunity to potentially do those songs, which is cool.
I have a serious question. If I audition for a miscast cabaret with waving through a window, does it count as miscast because I'm not good enough to ever be cast as Evan Hansen? That is a serious question that I need answering.
I had no clue where that was going. Yes, Mark, you should.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Just like no, that would be more for like, like if we ever do like a shitty Broadway sort of thing, like Joey Richter's Confrontation. Like I feel like it's one of those scenarios,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which should absolutely be a cabaret option in the future. Are you joking? That would be incredible.
What?
Shitty
a
Broadway.
cabaret, a shitty Broadway cabaret. Add
That'd
to
be
the
so
list of
good.
things. That would be so funny. That would be so much fun. Ugh.
Right?
Everyone just does voices. Everyone's just bad. No, actually, the people who are actors and musical theater people in the company aren't allowed to audition. It's all the people behind the scenes that are
It's
gonna
all the
be in it.
behind the scenes people, and the actors are the people that have to music direct it. They're the people that have to edit it, direct it. You know what I
It's
mean?
actually a really cool idea, like
That'd be
for a
so
short
good.
series.
It'd be so
Hey,
good.
Em, if you're listening to this, keep it in mind.
If M's
Mark and I are
listening.
geniuses.
M stopped listening about 4 minutes in.
Anyways, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah,
Don't forget to check us out.
this one's we're gonna a little bit short at the moment because we're trying to keep them snappy.
That's what she said.
No.
Oh, whatever. Keep an eye out for us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public, as well as YouTube and Patreon. Go subscribe to our Patreon. 6 is released now. It is out now. You can go subscribe to our Tier 2 Patreon, get 6 videos, as well as the videos to this podcast. And then check out our website, www.cloudtheatrics.com, www.cloudtheatrics.com.
I'll be
Thank
honest,
you so much for joining us.
I lost my breath listening to you say the amount of words you just said then. Did you take a breath?
No, Mark,
That's impressive.
I'm a singer.
Yeah, but you said about 800 words. I was listening and going, because
I talk fast and I talk a lot. I don't need to breathe. I don't
That's
need to
true.
breathe to talk. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful night, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, birthday, holiday.
It's my birthday soon.
It's like a month away. Oh, it's okay.
That's so
Guess it's-
soon.
Yes.
I've
Anyways,
been Mark James.
I've been Justin Kochetta. Almost forgot my last name there.
Almost. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
On Cloud 9, a Cloud Theatrics podcast, is produced in affiliation with Cloud Theatrics. However, not all of the views or values expressed within this podcast necessarily reflect the views or values of our company. This podcast stars Mark James and Justin Kochetta. It is edited by Mark James and Justin Kochetta and produced by Emily Foster. Thank you for listening. See you next time.